Well, good evening, Coventry people, TIs across the world in the UK. I'll share this PDF to 20 TI groups in front of the Covert team, in front of their mirroring technology, because of what we're doing on my phones. So, just to let everyone know, as what I posted, here is a mind control programs information PDF called Chain of Slaves. I am sharing to TI network, and all that has been set up by corrupted targeted intelligence organisations, agencies, private detectives like the Coventry CID, MI5, MI6, police forces, social services, mental health units, psychiatrists, psychologists, human behavioural scientists, abusers of authority, and practice for dark side of targeting in our communities, schools, homes, workplaces, and everyday travels. Many unsuspecting victims of social services, the mental health sectors, the prison system, addicts, homeless people, and those put into elderly care homes would never know they were conspired on by OTT, overt and covert operations, to detain them or experiment on them to change their human behaviour to whatever their programmers are experimented to. While really early programming on infants and children, even before they're born, are programmed early for abuse, sex trafficking gangs, for government positions, music, acting, modelling careers by the cabal and abusing cult members. This can help plenty of targeted individuals to come to terms with the traumatising psychological warfare, B2K, mental mind games they are enduring, going through and experiencing. While others who do not know about it may help you or someone you know in the future. Read and share, peeps. This all come from Operation Paperclip, Dr. Ewan Cameron's experiments with the CIA and FBI's MK Ultra got Interpol in famous skullduggery back in the 1950s, 60s and 70s, and it's still ongoing today. Now governments worldwide have implemented it all into the hidden secret cult through Mason systems. It's due to what we've done to my mother, to my brother, and I tried to get through to them, but I've had to expose these programs. Yeah, and I've got a good source in America, and if I open the link, yeah, it's knowledge of the mental health programs and the trainees and juniors and experienced old sector workers, psychiatrists, psychologists and human behavioural scientists and police officers, inspectors, superintendents, DCIs, CID, intelligence agencies like MI5, MI6, armed forces people, navy people, military people and criminals from back in the old days, going back to the 60s, 70s, or after the war, after the Second World War. Yeah, they all know about. I'm just waiting for it to open. The flat upstairs has to be empty, but there's people up there shouting and they're laughing. Plus I can hear the Covert team in between the two of us, flat upstairs and between my flat. Yeah, there's a big confined space, there's a vacuum where they're sneaking in, like a tunnel. A covert then. Well, everything they've done to me, I can handle. My mother's unsuspecting because she's a woman who's never had any trouble with police or never been in the surveillance monitoring. She thinks it's her conscious and subconscious mind. While my brother, he got stitched up by the local alcoholics and pub people, and end up with a bad crowd, and end up getting addicted by some dirty-minded woman. Yeah, and obviously once you're addicted, yeah, it's hard for him to get out of it because he's stuck in that circle. Yeah, that's what they've done to him. But secondly, the worst thing is they've captured it all. Yeah, while he's gone for all the changes, which is all criminal practice it is. Yeah, and it's done by the old doormen, done by the people who've done all this to loads of people before. So here it is, Chain of Slaves trauma programming. Yeah, and it's about programming, getting into people's heads. Yeah, and there's 216 pages of it all. Yeah, it's got the brain frequencies, selection of subjects, hypnosis for programming. Yeah, there's all different categories in here. Yeah, different chapters. Yeah, in what these covert operators, what Ron Lewis is learning, Tony Chapman's learning, what the internet streaming covert operators are streaming back to audience members in social services, NHS, the police, the fire service, and the local community members linked to miners communities all over the UK. That includes Duncan Furby, Jeff Kupodich, all the Old Doormen Association. Yeah, that includes people who worked at SCS, and the Dave Leverages, the Steve Caters, the Carl Keebles, the Neff Fiveys, the Sally Fiveys, yeah, the nightclub owner, Phil Rooney, yeah, the fraudsters, yeah, and people linked to Amnesia House. Yeah, and people from my generation, he wanted to know about it, because the elders told them this is what we did to loads of people back in the 80s when you was out partying. Yeah, so they've got loads of people together, so they can have another gang to do it all. Yeah, people that I know from my generation, from my school, from Cardinal Wiseman, from Cannon Castle School, people used to come up here trying to make out their friends, yeah, and they've double-crossed us. So I've gone deep into it, found out exactly what we've done to Ian Holland, Ennis Trigger, what we've done to Neil Harrington, what we've done to Dean Piffy, Richard Everett, probably Jason Callahan as well, what we've done to loads of people in this block of flats, Vincent Wiles' house, in William Malcolm House, what we've done to loads of council estates in Coventry, from Willenhall to Holbrooks to Hillfields to Charles Moore. Yeah, just what could have happened to Goffey, Rob Henry. Yeah, so people have taken part. They've lost loads of friends in Coventry. They've gone to their funerals and they want to know what happened to some of them. Well, they got put through this programme. Yeah, and it's all here. And we can even do it on pregnant women before the child's born. Yeah, so that they control the families. Yeah, generation after generation. So this is what I've shared. Yeah, across my network on Facebook, WhatsApp, Messenger, Twitter, and there's websites that I've joined where people are going for the same thing, and all these people are sane. Yeah, a lot of them are educated people, all different ages, from teenagers to adults to retired people. Some have worked for governments, work council establishments. Yeah, and because they've exposed something or found out with someone, they've been put into the programme. Yeah, and I'm just exposing it with the rest of them. Yeah, because we can't have these kind of people in our society. They have to be brought, yeah, to justice. And the kind of things they do, they're sickening. And you need the Nuremberg tree trials to be done on these people, like we did to the German Nazis. Yeah, we need to have the Nuremberg trials back so that they can be imprisoned for 30 to life imprisonment. Yeah, if I had my way, and all TRs would as well, would bring corporal punishment back. Yeah, bring forth the guillotine on the covert leaders. Yeah, especially the one who's listening above me, is ordering his boys about and his girls about in Coventry, to conspiring with local people in the neighbourhood, trying to stitch me up, trying to say that I've got schizophrenia. I laugh about it, or trying to say that I'm a danger to society. Yeah, it's all they're all lying, because one, I've never been arrested for anything. Secondly, my landlord, Citizens, has never pulled me over or gave me any warnings for breach of the peace. Yeah, or noise nuisance. So they can't use the neighbours. If the neighbours have got a problem with me, they've both got to put a complaint in, yeah, or come and knock my door and ask me if I'm shouting. And I'll say, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't shout. Yeah, there's plenty of loose cannons in this block of flats who shut their heads off and got music on all kinds of hours, dead loud, and I'm not one of them. Yeah, that's how broken the Covert team are above us. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is information I'm giving to loads of people, and it's all there in black and white. It's come from a government source, come from government buildings, yeah, come from government establishments, yeah. All heard of NLP, neuro linguistic programming. Yeah, you've heard of remote neural monitoring. Yeah, you've heard of V2K, what the Americans did on the Iraqi soldiers to play psychological warfare with them and say this is Allah. Yeah, drop your weapons. Yeah, you've heard of the Cuban government diplomats. Yeah, American diplomats that are in Cuba, and they experienced strange psychological warfare and strange radiation happening to them. Yeah, over the last couple of years. Yeah, they use directed energy weapons, which can also be used to voice throw or to burn targets, bodies, minds and souls. Yeah, and this is what Coventry City Council have hidden from the masses, but have used since the Swansea Centre Doctors Association psychiatrists and the Coventry Police Force. Look at the Coventry CID, all the elders, a lot of them retired, police inspectors, superintendents, DCIs, yeah, doctors and GPs from the old brigade in Coventry University Hospital who are working in GPs and surgeries across the UK, like Dr. Cole, GP Cole, Judge Cole, yeah, to Dr. Cashotti, they all know about, Dr. Batoris, Dr. Holmes from the Swansea Centre Doctors Association, they all know about it, and they're getting the streams because they're excited about the Covert team, yeah, allowing them access to what I am exposing from the flat upstairs and next door to my mother's house. They're excited about internet streaming technology and excited about it because now they can capture everything that the juniors are doing, training, and can watch the subjects at the same time. Yeah, so that's how deep they've got into it all. And so there's that many people incriminated in Coventry, I intend to imprison them. They're preparing the mind. That's why they've been around me for 15 years, because they don't know how to deal with people like me. Yeah, because I know what they're trying to do. They can't penetrate my deep mind. Yeah, like they've done to other people. Yeah, they can't make me into a Manchurian candidate. They can't clinically depress me. Yeah, they can't get me entrapped in the workplace because I've just stood back and watched it all thinking these idiots are trying to warm me up. So I best not attack them. Yeah, that's how I've dealt with it all. Yeah, and secondly, when I've been out drinking, people offer me drugs here and there. Yeah, I'll refuse it all. Yeah, so whatever they've captured, it's all historical. Yeah, because in the end, I was seeing straight through it all, thinking these people trying to frame me, these people trying to stitch me up. Yeah, so I've had to get out of going out partying for 15 years and get to the bottom of all what was done to my brother. Because I noticed some the changes my brother had. And my mother, she's a retired woman of 72. So I don't know what we're getting out of it all. Well, what we're getting out of it all, the juniors are abusing old women and learning how to do all this stuff on old women and old pensioners. So I intend to imprison the juniors. Yeah, and the LGBT community inclined. They've got no qualms of looking on people's bodies with all kinds of government equipment given to them, funded by them, while the seniors who are retired and all the present seniors, the DCIs and the CID and the police inspectors who allowed it to happen. Yeah, and one of the juniors is Ryan Lewis, Tony Chapman, who worked in my last company, SCS. Yeah, and they're covered up by the company, and I intend to get to the bottom of it all. So that's the programme. Everyone, digest it all. Have a look into it, into the PDF. Yeah, and it's all written there. Yeah, in government language. Yeah, the ideology and the methodology of it all. Yeah, so I'm doing these videos to protect my mother, to protect myself, and to try and help my brother eventually, and to help everyone else in Coventry who experiences these things, and they can pass it on to their families so that the sons and daughters are protected. Yeah, instead of abused by the system of the damned. Everyone have a good night. It's got 216 pages. So everyone, I've posted the links on Coventry. I love Coventry, I think, or Coventry Kid, one of the Coventry websites. Yeah, and that should be circulated around. Over and out.